Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me today for this practice of connection from my heart to yours, from all of our hearts connecting in this golden web. So let us together join in intention, join together in breath, and let us relax our bodies as we find the strength in our breath, in our heart, and in our mind. Let us ground first here in mountain pose through the feet, lifting the toes and spreading them out to ground, to open the palms. And allow the backs of the hands to blossom back so we can feel this opening of the lotus heart. Lengthen and open the back of your neck. And feel here through this heart opener a buoyancy through your breath. Let us take the fingertips to the shoulders. Inhale, lifting up the shoulders and circling them back and down. And we're going to come together, opening up the space behind the heart, elbows up, and reaching the elbows back to open up the heart. So let's circulate our breath and movements, controlling these together. Inhale, openness. Exhale to release. Inhale, as you lift the elbows, go ahead and lift the chin. And as you squeeze them a little farther back and down, let the chin come down. So let's see if we can keep the elbows touching. Maybe a little bit longer if they're able to come forward. Let's get a little bit more mobility and circular breath and movement through the shoulder blades now. So feel as though you're creating this movement from the spine and from the shoulder blades. Let's go through one more time. And exhale to relax the elbows down and open up the palms once again in mountain pose. Let's take a centering breath together. And as you exhale, open up the palms and spread the toes a little bit more as you widen the space between each finger and each toe. So let's go ahead and take the arms up now until the palms join, and exhale, bringing the hands together into the heart, nuzzling the wrists into the base of the heart. Widen the feet. And if you take your hands out, see if your feet can be somewhere underneath your palms. And let's go ahead and turn the right foot out about 90 degrees. Let's begin in Warrior Two. So I want you to settle into the hips here. Turning within, feeling the strength of the warrior. Inhale, straightening up the legs. And then exhale, slowly and controlled. Bend the knee over the heel, turning the gaze over the shoulder. Inhale, straightening up the leg. And exhale, slowly and controlled, bending. And if you would like, you can deepen the stance. So opening up to reverse warrior or dancing warrior. Let's open up through the side heart, and then coming over into lateral angle. So here we're pressing the right forearm into the leg, opening up the side heart. Let's go ahead and open up into dancing warrior. And let's flow here a few times. Just creatively move. Just thinking of really peeling through the layers here of the heart. Moving the shoulder blades. There's always lots of congestion that we can find easily in the shoulder blade area. So all while the legs are strong. Good, and let's come back up to Warrior Two. Feel the strength of the legs as you deepen in the lunge. Good. Slowly release the hands. Let's turn the palms up. Take the arms up and bring hands to heart. Let's go ahead and turn warrior two to the left. You can swivel the right foot around. Finding the stance mentally of the warrior, the peaceful warrior. Extend the arms. So let's go ahead and inhale, finding the length, finding the depth, finding the length, and finding the depth here. All right, so let's double check here, the knee over the heel, the drop of the shoulders, the steadiness of the gaze, and the length of the spine in the back of the neck. So notice where your breath is in this pose right now. So we start to move dynamically. Let's open up in reverse warrior. Feel the strength and the steadiness that your back leg gives you here. And lateral angle. So sometimes the arms coming up and over, sometimes it's half circling below. So do what your shoulder feels best with, or just move creatively as you open up here through the heart area. Just loosening up, moving a little bit deeper. The stance becomes tiring, you can straighten your leg a few times. But move through the mobility of the shoulder blades. Good. And coming back to warrior two. Turning the palms up, straightening up arms and legs, turning the toes in, maybe bringing the feet in just a little bit, and really lift the kneecaps. Find the strength here of the legs, of the length of the body. And then exhale, and we're going to dive to a forward bend. So the width of the legs can help you here in your forward bend. If you have a block, that can also help if you would like to place your hands on a block. And we're going to take a few exhalations to deepen the forward bend, guided from the sit bones. So feel a lift of the sit bones as you fold. If it's comfortable, bring the fingertips back so they're in a straight line with the tips of the toes. If you have something you can put your head on, that's a nice sense of grounding. So maybe you're feeling this stretch in your back, your legs, wherever that is for you. I want you to circulate the breath in that space. So press into the hands, draw the navel in. If you're using a block, go ahead and move it. So bend the knees so you're preparing to come up to standing, and then go ahead and come up. Good. Let's bring hands to heart. So we're going to shorten our stance just a little bit here, and then all the way in. Inhale, taking the arms up. Exhale, dive forward bend. So I'm going to go ahead and turn so we can come forward to the length of the mat. So go ahead and come over towards the short end of your mat, and then step back to downward facing dog. With feet about hip distance apart, hands shoulder distance apart, fingers forward, and remember to press into the full square of the palms, into the inner edges of the palms. So depending on the flooring that you have underneath you, you might be able to feel a little bit more, a little bit less. So make sure that you're being mindful of how you press into the hands so that we can protect the wrists. So lift and lower your heels, shake your head out a little bit. And circle your ankles as you lift and lower. And moving the feet together, let's go ahead and lower into a plank posture. Bring the knee to wrist, or knee to elbow, and press back, other side, knee to elbow. And press back, knee to elbow. And press back, knee to elbow. Wonderful. So let's lower the knees and back into devotional pose. So how you're comfortable here in knees and hips and spine. Go ahead and lower and relax. If your head is not on the floor, you can bring your hand underneath your forehead, or you can use your block. Just to make sure that your forehead is nicely supported. Widen the knees is another alternative to deepening the pose. So to continue to open the shoulders, we're going to lift about halfway. We're going to come underneath, taking the right hand here, and we're going to thread the left arm underneath the chest. Go ahead and walk the fingers as far away as you can. Come down to the temple. And again, deep breaths between the shoulder blades. Now, to help the arms stretch a little bit more, depending on where you would like for the stretch, it's okay if you want to help to guide the length of the lower arm or support the ankle, or the wrist, I mean. Or you can keep the hand on the floor and just roll the chest open a little bit more towards the ceiling. But upon your exhalation, remember to relax your neck. All right, notice where your breath is. Maybe not quite as deep here in this twist and forward bend. A nice controlled breath. Maybe feel as though you're going to even out the hips. Now we're going to press into the standing hand. Inhale up. We're going to do the other side. I'll turn so you can see. All right. So we're going to walk the hand away and down to the temple. All right. So deep breaths here, relaxing the neck. Again, you can help just to lengthen the arm a little bit more. But I want you to relax into the deltoid or the upper arm. If you feel like you're pushing on your throat, just move your arm down a little bit. And then as you start to navigate deeper, add the element of ease, relaxation, and permission. Good. Find the inhalation holistically through the body. And then as you exhale, find those tiny areas where you can deepen. Those tiny spaces. Where you can soften, where you need to relax, not creating any more tension or stiffness. More breath. And they're going to press into the standing hand. Slowly lift and release. So cat-cow postures, we're going to go ahead and just move the spine. Inviting circulation through breath. Inhale, opening the heart. And exhale, opening the back of the heart. Okay, now I'd like to offer you another alternative. So either continue with your cat-cow postures, or you can do upward dog, downward dog. So here's our upward dog and our downward dog. So just moving in your areas of comfort. Again, cat-cow or upward dog, downward dog. Follow your breath. Inhale to open the heart. Exhale, hinging up. Good. So notice where you can gain strength here. Let me adjust my clothes here. Keep going. Wonderful. Let us all move back to hands and knees. One more round of a deep cat-cow posture. And then Tuck the toes under, lift the knees. And we're gonna walk the hands back this time. All right, so relax the weight of the upper body. Soften the abdomen to allow a deeper hinge at the hips. Let the back of the neck be long and fully relaxed. So let's bend the knees until the hips are pretty low. And from the feet, let's rise all the way up, taking the arms forward and up and back. Let's bring thumbs to the third eye. Remember, looking in, forward bend. Walk your hands forward. So we're going to bring the left foot to the midline. Now this is optional. If you want to lift the right leg, bend the knee, open the hip. So we're really relaxing the left heel, opening the hip. Square the hip, step forward, warrior one. So let's angle the back foot, coming all the way up. All right. So take as long of a stance as you would like on the mat. So we're going to offer a little bit of more shoulder opener here. Let's keep the left arm up, or the opposite leg. So if your right leg is forward, left arm up. And the right hand can encourage the elbow back, and you can keep the right hand at the elbow, or you can come below and see about interlacing the fingers together. So let us open the shoulders, the area of the heart from this angle as we feel the strength of the legs. Good, spread the toes, find your foundation, find the core of each body part and the body holistically. The core of your thoughts, come back to the breath, to your connection. So we're going to release slowly the lower arm. Take both arms up, inhale. Exhale, lunge. And we're going to step back to a plank posture. Wonderful. So let's go ahead and hold our plank posture for a moment. Exhaling, draw the belly in. Rock forward on the toes, and we'll slowly lower. Glide your arms forward. Come to the fingertips, to the elbows. And inhale and lift. Lengthen and release. Elbows high, inhale, lift. Lengthen and release. So let the feet spread naturally as you lift. So you don't have to keep your feet together. It'll actually deepen the back bend and make it more comfortable in the sacral area if you keep the feet wide. So one more time, inhale, draw up. Good, getting any kinks out of the spine here. And exhale, lower, lift the elbows. Move the hands under the shoulders. Now we'll find the core support in the belly, pushing up to hands and to downward facing dog. So next, our right foot is going to anchor and our left foot will lift. The optional height that you would like. If you would like, you can bend the knee and open up here. Keep the hands even, the shoulders even. Shake the head out. Good. Now we're going to square the left hip with the right, and we're going to step the foot forward, finding warrior one. All right, so we've got our opposite leg forward. We're taking up a nice stride on the mat, and we're going to breathe the arms up. Good. Take one hand to lengthen at the back of the neck. Inhale, reach, and exhale, settle in jaw, shoulders, hips. And to change, let's go ahead and take my So it's my right arm if your left leg is forward. So this opposite arm can keep the other hand encouraging elbow back so your neck can stay relaxed, or feel free to come from below and see if you can find the tips of the fingers. Hold on to your shirt, or if you happen to have a yoga strap, take that. All right, so in the complexity of this pose, we're going to find the sense of breath and peacefulness within it. We're going to release the lower arm, upper arm, inhale, and exhale. Lunge plank. All right, so we're going to find our plank here for a moment. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, belly in. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, belly in. Rock forward, slowly release. Glide the arms forward, feet can widen. And inhale, let's see if the spine's a little bit looser here. Inhale, lift, lengthen, and release. Elbows up. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lengthen and release. Elbows rise. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Elbows rise. Good, one more time. Pause to absorb. And exhale, release. Good. So let's bring the hands into the shoulders. You're going to push up the hands and knees, devotional now. Good, settle into the hips. So come up to hands and knees. I'm going to turn towards the camera and take anything to sit on. A firm pillow, or if you have a block, bring it outside of the right hip. And we're going to come over and sit on that block. It's okay to sit on the floor. If you can keep your hips pretty even and the spine tall. So I want you just to settle into this position first. Feeling this in the joints of the ankles, knees, and hips. And we're going to start to walk around away from the legs into this twist. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, go ahead and twist. Inhale, lengthen. And twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and twist. Very slowly go ahead and release, but we're going to stay here on this side. We're going to inhale, arms up. Okay, so with the left arm on top, or the same side as the legs, we're going to spiral the arms around, lift the elbows, and shift the elbows away from the legs. Deep breaths. I want you to think of opening up between the shoulder blades. Almost think about just coming micro back into that twist. Just a micro bit. Because we're using, I want you to make sure your spine is tall and you've got plenty of support underneath the right hip. Get another huge breath between the shoulder blades. We're going to unravel and lean back into the hand away from the legs. Reach up and continue to reach over until you feel a stretch to that side. So my lower arm is bent. If yours needs to be bent or straight, either way is appropriate. Pull the elbow back. Okay, we're going to come to hands and knees. We're going to switch the support to the left side. See how we feel on this side. Make sure our spine is tall and not crooked so that we can appropriately do the twists. Close your eyes. Check in with your position here. Are you comfortable? Are you supported? Are you mentally focused and present? So if you can say yes through all those, it's ready to go to the next twist. Twisting around away from the legs. So inhale, lift. Finding the length. Exhale, twisting around. Inhale, lift. And twist around. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Where else can you find a sense of release? A sense of depth. Good. So we're going to slowly unpack the spine from there. Inhale, take the arms up. The same arm that is on the side of the legs. It's going to be on top. We're going to spiral around at the elbows. Now it's okay to keep the elbows and forearms and palms together if your arms don't spiral. So we're going to go ahead and shift the elbows away from the legs and take the inflammation of the breath, the inflation to the space underneath that stretched shoulder blade. We always need some massaging, some movement, some circulation between the shoulder blades. So let's get that here with our intention, our position, our asana, our pranayama, our breath. Finding that little micro twist that we just achieved previously. So let's release. I think I slipped a minute ago and said inflammation. Our yoga decreases inflammation. So let's go ahead and reach and open up that side as we decrease stress in the mind and the body. It decreases the inflammation in the body. So we are creating wellness here, optimal health. And we're going to pull the elbow back and let that help us to rise. All right, so let us find our ease back here. And we'll go ahead and shift away from our prop. We get the hands and knees. Let's go ahead and move that off to the side. And go ahead and take this opportunity. Let's go ahead and stay at the floor. Coming to a seated position, let's extend the right leg. And we're going to bring the left heel into the body. Now, we've got this prop, so if you want to give a little support to your knee or even underneath the other leg, if you need just a little height. And it's okay just to sit on just the wedge of a pillow. So don't lift the hips too high away from the floor, but just a little bit of a wedge to keep the spine in a neutral position. So I want the knees to come out at an even angle away from the belly button, and we're going to fold right between them. So flex the foot of the extended leg. Inhale, find height. And I want you to tip forward from the hip as much as you can. So we're not rounding in the spine just yet. We're just finding that hinge right at the hip. Inhale, And exhale, start to walk forward. Now, when we come into our stretches, our forward bends with proper alignment of the spine, we don't have to go very far because we're not taking the help or compensating in another part of the body to get to that forward bend. We're going to the origin of where we're trying to get the stretch. So when we keep our spine lifted and tall, maybe you need the prop in front of you to bring your hands on something a little higher to keep the spine tall while you try to hinge a little bit deeper at the hip. Just feel the sides evenly. So you're trying to come right between the knees. And once you get to a certain point, and your spine starts to relax over the foot, go ahead, certainly. Making sure that you always have permission from the body, that you're able to take a deep breath. Now, when we come out, since we're in this pretty deep forward bend, we want to use the arms to come out, not our back. So let your arms walk you back, relax your back from here. Good. And come out. So we're practicing safe back practices. Let's go ahead and flex the other knee. Again, use your support where you need it. Close your eyes. You want to be sitting on both sit bones evenly. We're checking out the angle of the knee to the same angle outside of the navel. The foot is flexed of the extended leg. Inhale, finding height and length. And exhale, just a tip at the hips. Okay, so already keeping proper posture and reaching the sit bones back is going to originate here where we're headed towards with the stretch. If you're already rounding in the spine and trying to touch onto the floor, put your hands on something so we can lengthen up. Lengthen up. And upon every exhalation, starting to just tip forward. Tune deeply. Meditate on your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now your movements might be very subtle. They can even be pretend, and you're still getting benefit when we go to the pose in our mind. So it's important to gain strength and suppleness and circulation and mobility, but sometimes we just need to maintain. Sometimes we need to gain strength in those areas. So look inside. Always recenter. If you're tipping off one sit bone, try to come back a little bit. Bring the sit bone down. It's probably the one of the straight leg. Continue as you would like. Your body gives permission. Remember, we're going to come up with the arms. So let them walk you back. Keep your back pretty relaxed. Yeah, let your hands walk you all the way up tall. Beautiful. So let's move into the hips a little bit. Let's go ahead and swing our legs around to the length of the mat. And come back to your back. Let's begin with legs straight up, arms up. Flex the feet. And as you exhale, pretend to lift, touching the toes, and then continue to do so. Inhale back. Exhale, pretend to lift so you're engaged. And then lift to the toes or towards the toes. Now at the same time, make them difficult to reach. Lift the tailbone as well. Reaching the heels up to the ceiling. Inhale, soften back. Exhale, pretend, go there first, continue. Wonderful. Let's bring the right knee into the chest. And we're going to slowly take this left leg long. So with an inhalation, hug the knee in. As you exhale, let the belly relax in, lift the chest. Inhale, head back. Exhale, knee relaxes. Inhale, knee to chest, and feel your lower back relaxing into the floor. If you need to, slightly bend the other leg is appropriate. Whatever feels the best on your lower back at this time. Good. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, belly in, chest lifts. Inhale, head to floor. Exhale, let your head relax back. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to externally rotate the leg and bring the hands to the foot. If you need to support the knee, certainly go ahead with one hand at the knee. And enjoy the foot stretch here. Maybe you're feeling it in the foot, depending on how you hold it. You feel the stretch in the foot, the ankle, the knee, the hip. And as you exhale, just encourage the hugging of the foot. We're looking to stretch the outer right leg, hip, IT band. Now we're going to tip the lower body into a twist, keeping the right foot over the left hip if that's the side you're on. So we're going to go ahead and tip over, and your left hand is going to hold onto the foot so it doesn't try to move away. And keep the chest open to the skies. Let the left fingers hold onto the foot. So the right foot is flat on the floor. Take the right hand, rolling the rib cage back. So we're increasing the stretch here. The outside of the hip. Maybe take some fingers and massage in that space. Try to relax the left arm and shoulder as you hold on to the foot. Good. We're going to slowly, very slowly release the right hip back and figure four stretch. So glide the left ankle up, or excuse me, the left leg to hold onto the right ankle, right arm between the legs and supporting the left leg. Good. For a little bit more, you can lean back to the left once again, or you can rock a little, massaging into the space of the right hip if you enjoy that. Feel free to lift the chest up towards the knee for a little more depth. Inhale, release upper body and left foot and right foot. So let's take a moment. Feel the warmth and circulation and energy from hip to hip. Breathe in deeply. Exhale the navel in. Let's go ahead and bring the legs up, arms up. Interlace the fingers, press the palms up. Circle your ankles. And we'll bring the left knee into the chest. Right leg coming down. Straight or slightly bent. So let's take a moment, a breath here to settle in. Come back to our golden web of connection. Listening, shining, little ripples of movement. We connect our energies and thoughts. It's not a coincidence that we have the same thought at the same time, especially with someone you're very close to. We are all deeply connected, and the more we acknowledge that, the more it continues to shine in our lives. Inhale, knee to chest, belly in, prepare to lift, lift chest to knee. Inhale, head to floor, exhale, knee up. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, chest lifted. Inhale, head to floor, knee up. And one more time, knee to chest. Chest to knee. Head to floor. And relax. Let's walk the hands, one or two, to the foot. And we're going to support here with the foot over the opposite hip or the navel, just wherever you can feel a comfortable, effective stretch. Where you can breathe deeply. And connect here into the foot, maybe the ankle, maybe especially the knee or the hip. See how you can settle in and be welcoming to the stretch for your body. Breathing holistically throughout the body. So we're going to twist in the lower body. So let the hand come to the foot, and we're just going to tip over, twisting just the lumbar spine until the foot is flat on the floor outside of the hip. So you can take your back hand, just helping to open up the chest, relax the back ribs. Just relaxing the backside ribs on the side of the stretched hip. And see how this side feels. See what your hip is saying or singing. Breathing in and out, relax the shoulders. So let us respond with welcome and ease. Think of the holistic stretch. We're not just doing one part of the body. We want to think of the whole body participating with willingness. And if there isn't willingness, we'll back off a little bit. We don't need to create any more stiffness or tension in our lives or bodies or practice. See if you can deepen a little bit. Take the back hand, maybe open the back ribs, let the belly sink in, replant the grounded foot outside of the hip. Can you deepen the breath? Visualize it circulating around the hip. The whole body participates in breath and pose. Your mind concentrated here on evening out the breath. All right. Let us just easily rock the left hip back. Pull the belly in, figure four stretch. Let's take the right leg up to the ankle. Interlace in front or in back of the knee. Maybe tip a little bit to the side. Maybe rock. Or stay simply dynamic through your breath. And a breath to release the arms, the right leg, the left leg. Okay, so center the hips and shoulders. Take your arms down so the arms are straight, gripping onto the outer edges of your mat. Bring the feet about hip distance or more, and we're going to extend through the tailbone, the sacrum. We're going to go ahead and lift the pelvis. So bring the hands up, lift, and lengthen the back of the neck so there's no congestion there. And bring the arms back down if you like. So relax and flatten the feet. Relax and spread the toes. Inhale and lift into the bridge. Breathe to concentrate and just see how you're using the muscles of the lower body. Inhale, create a little more strength. Bring one hand to the belly, one to the sacrum, and as you lower, we're going to encourage a lengthening of the spine and a wave-like movement down. Okay, so feel the length of the lower back. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift. The breath to strengthen, to even out. But a holistic approach to the bridge. So we will help our body in the pose by relaxing the upper body, the toes, hand to the lower abdomen, to the lower back, and guide lengthening with the hands, a lengthening of the lower back, a drawing in of the abdomen. Okay, let's prepare for Shavasana. With the palms up, rock a little bit side to side so the shoulder blades can glide down. If you have any props and you'd like to utilize them for support, you can put those underneath your legs or your knees. And I invite you to take this time in peace, any concerns, challenges within, internally, locally, and globally. With a glistening golden web. Visualize it. Connecting out to every tree. Through the animals. To the people all around you, aside of beliefs or actions, connecting all those you get along with and all those present challenges. Let your breath deepen and ripple through the waves of connection. Through the stars and the planets, the moon, gliding around, connecting the animals of the sea, the Arctic, the animals of the air and of the soil, visualize and feel this golden radiant light within you, radiating the brilliance of the sun in every direction. As you relax your body heavier and heavier. Smooth and iron out the breath. Let it be deep. Creating a wave amidst the ripples through the golden web. Visualize this web connecting within your body as well. Throughout the energy meridians, organs, connective tissues, through the veins and bones and muscles, through the unseen body and the wisdom of the brain and of the mind. Be peace. Let that calming breath of peace ripple out through the golden web, calming, connecting, compassion, understanding, honoring, respecting. Peace. Now cleanse your lungs with a deep breath, deep into the alveoli. Open the palms, spread the toes, and exhale, hands hug belly. Deeply exhale, glide the knee to bend, and the other. With a deep breath, shift to side line. And up to a seated position. So let us come up to rise, to renew, to reorient our train of thoughts. Continue visualizing this golden web of connection, of the rippling effects of your smiles, the wave-like cleanses through the breath, resetting, coming back into our center. So through this renewal and this continual inhale, take the arms up. And with intention, with gratitude, with connection, I bow to you. Namaste.